I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Guillermo Miranda, Financial Aid Advisor. And this is Katie. She's one of our Federal Work Study students who's going to be here today. She's going to kind of show you guys a little bit of how to log into your guys' account, view your information. So before we begin, have you guys already applied for financial aid? Yeah? You guys already done the FAFSA application? Okay, you guys already have it processed. Okay. And you guys are coming here though, right? Or you guys, no?
I go to Mount Sac.
Mount Sac, okay. And well, that's like, okay, so you guys are just going to be doing the study abroad program? Okay, so it's actually a good thing because then it's going to give us an opportunity to kind of show you around. Once you guys submit, or once we have your financial aid file, and then we see what requirements you guys might have, I'll have Katie show you on the student side on how you guys have to look at that. It's kind of similar on, like the Mount Sac portal also, what you guys have to look at, but maybe the layout's a little different, so that will give you a better idea of what to look out for. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm actually filling in today for Denise Luna, who is actually the financial aid representative who is in charge of the study abroad program for financial aid. So she's going to be the one that you guys will be emailing and contacting in regards of like the information that you guys have to submit and whatnot. And I'll go ahead and post her her email and her information there once we're done. Okay. So again, I'm actually going to fill in today. I'm not going to work off of her PowerPoint because it's it's sometimes a little tricky, right? To work off somebody else's PowerPoint. What I'm going to do actually, I think find a little more helpful for you guys, since you guys are actually coming from another school, and you're not going to be here, until you guys do the study abroad program. Is actually I'm going to go ahead and work off of our website and kind of show you guys move you around exactly where to go in, because we understand, right? You guys might want to do everything from home, just submit forms online or whatever. So I'll go ahead and show you guys how to maneuver through all of our website there. So here it is. That's basically our financial aid Citrus College website there. We do have our own, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you one of our features. Kitty, you want to sit down right now?
Yeah, you can sit down.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, steady. So I'm going to go ahead and show you around one of our new features. I'm not sure if Mount Sac has this, but you'll see this pretty much in a lot of schools down in another thing. So we do have what's called Ask Hoodie. That's actually our mascot now. If you see at the very bottom here, right on there, questions, Ask Hoodie. So you can actually go in there, instead of actually going through all of our website and trying to find the correct information. So for example, again, you can always, for example, obviously what you guys are interested in, study abroad, right? So let's just say, pop in that quick question there, okay? So it is going to give you that information there at the bottom. For some questions, they may not have a correct answer or the answer you're looking for, so it might direct you to like different questions and just different resources that you can hopefully be able to find the answer to your question, right? So if you go in, for example, I just typed in what is study abroad, right? So it says here, study abroad program allows students to complete a portion, typically on semester of their degree, studying in a partner college or university outside the U.S. If you're interested in study abroad program, please visit the study abroad webpage. So they do have their own webpage. So all you have to do is just click on there. It's going to take you to the study abroad webpage. I'm pretty sure you guys might have already logged in there and viewed some information. If you haven't, please take a look at it. And it doesn't give you more information regarding the study abroad program. So let me actually go ahead and click on it real quick. Please have patience with me. I'm not a real Mac person, so I don't know exactly how to maneuver it. So again, if you go to the study abroad website there, off of the Citrus College website, it's going to give you more information. For example, it says to click here to watch the scholarship fundraising video. Again, more scholarship information. It's going to give you more information regarding the different programs. For example, this is the one you guys are going to, right? Okay. So again, if you click on there, it's going to give you more information regarding that. So again, if you feel free to go ahead and ask ask Hoodie at the very bottom here. Ask them any questions there, and they'll give you some more information there. Okay, so actually one of our brand new things that we have. Some of the things I want to go ahead and also point out, also if you guys might be interested, also is to opt into a financial aid text message alert. So this kind of gives you like text messages, firsthand that we send out regarding like disbursements, regarding like your financial aid file, information regarding scholarships. So kind of a good thing if you want to. It's totally up to you. You do have to opt in. We don't just send it to anybody. You do actually have to, text that text campus to that text message there, and it will start sending you guys alerts. Okay. So again, I'm going to go ahead and work off of our website because this is exactly what I want you guys to look out for, because this is pretty much what you guys are going to be, dealing with. Here, and it's probably going to be like the easiest thing. So first of all, again, I know you guys said you guys already applied for financial aid, but for we always kind of give you like a little brief thing. If you haven't applied for, again, if you scroll down here, we do have all the resources, all the links. So for example, we have the FAFSA application. We also have the GMAC application. So for FAFSA, again, you do have to, in order to complete the FAFSA, you do have to be a U.S. citizen or permanent resident or maybe fall under certain visa type categories. If you're not sure, always come on in and ask. Every now and then we do have study abroad students who will come in and they may not be eligible because they may be a GMAC student or they might be under a certain visa type. So again, if you're not sure, come in and ask our financial office. We'll definitely let you know. Okay. Again, so we do have the FAFSA, again, the links there, the FAFSA, the GMAC application there. And then also, when you submit your FAFSA application, I know you guys both said you came from Mount SAC, right? When you guys submitted it, you of course, you receive your confirmation page and then Mount SAC receives it. Now, normally, I mean, different schools vary. So, for example, here at Citrus College, if you were to submit your FAFSA today, right, and it would be your 1920 FAFSA because it covers this fall of 2019 and then spring of 2020, right? It normally takes about like 10 business days for us to get it into the system. Might be sooner, it just depends. Some schools might get it within the 24 hours, right? It just depends on the type of resources that the school has. So, for example, for Mount SAC, when you guys submitted your FAFSA application, did you guys receive any notifications saying you guys had to submit any documents, any paperwork, stuff like that?
Not from FAFSA, but from Citrus, we had to do the financial aid form.
Okay, so which form do you remember what that was?
I can pull it up.
Okay, not a problem, don't worry about it, but I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly what that is. So the reason why I'm asking is because, again, once you submit your FAFSA application, the next process after submitting the FAFSA application is called the follow-up and the verification process. So about 30% of the FAFSA applicants actually get selected for verification, which means once the school receives it, for example, like us or Mount SAC, now we're going to ask you for documentation in order to complete your financial aid file and actually let you know what you are eligible for. Because when you submit your FAFSA application on the confirmation page, it kind of tells you that you might be eligible for a Pell Grant or you might be eligible for loans, but it's not 100%, right? Because again, it also depends on the institution as well, and it depends also on your enrollment. So once you submit your FAFSA application, you run the chance, it's a 50-50 chance that you will get selected for verification or you won't, okay? If you do, whether you're dependent or independent, you may have to submit some sort of document. So I'm going to go ahead and have Katie log in here and then show you exactly what it would look like once you log in to see, for example, if you were selected for verification and also to see if we also did receive your FAFSA application, okay? So once we do receive your FAFSA application into the system, you will receive an email notification letting you know, hey, we received your FAFSA application. Please log in to your Wingspan account, right, for Citrus College, and then also check to see any outstanding requirements that you're going to need in order to complete your financial aid file. Okay, because we cannot award you unless you completed your financial aid file and everything's submitted in process. So Katie was actually selected for verification. She's a dependent student, which means she had to provide parent information on the FAFSA. Right? And she also had to provide her information on FAFSA as well. And she has to submit required documents that she's going to go ahead and show you how to log in. Okay. So again, in Google, just go to Citrus College Wingspan account.
Yeah.
Right there.
And then go ahead and log in.
And then you'll obviously put in your Citrus College ID number. And then the PIN number, what would that be? Okay, not yours, but generally.
It's capital C, lowercase c, and then your birthday. But only the last two of your year.
You guys get that? Okay. So if you log in, if you go see the different tabs up there, which is personal information, student, financial aid, of course, you want to go and directly go to the financial aid tab. Select that there. And you want to go ahead and click where it says financial aid status. Want to go ahead and see what's going on. Select the year, 1920. Okay, so if you notice, it says you have unsatisfied student requirements for the year. That means, like I said, Katie was actually selected for verification. So if we select that in the highlighted part where it says student requirements, it's going to give you all the different types of forms and information that the student actually has to submit, right? So for example, Katie has an authorization form that she has to submit. She hasn't done her bank mobile preference selection right there. She also has to submit a dependent verification worksheet. It also requests copies of parents' federal taxes for 2017 and also students' taxes for 2017. Now, Katie says, well, you know what? I didn't work in 2017, so what do I have to submit? Well, if you didn't work, that means that on the dependent verification worksheet, you click on that, Katie. Okay, the PDF, you can actually print them out. on the dependent verification worksheet, she's going to go ahead and state at the bottom that she didn't have any income and she didn't work. Okay, and that means that basically when she submits this document to us, we're going to go ahead and waive off that requirement. So copies of students' taxes is going to be waived off, right? However, for parents, we are requesting copies of the parents' taxes if the student. The student will say the parent did file taxes, right? They did provide income on the FAFSA. That means they'll have to provide copies of the 1040s or copies of the tax transcripts. But most likely, remember, like I said, the 2017. Hopefully, your parents and you, if you have to submit copies of the taxes, hopefully you guys will have them on file. If not, then you can always go onto the IRS website, request the transcripts, and bring those to us so we can go ahead and process them. Okay. So once you submit all the required documents, Katie, if you go back. Okay, so once we submit all these documents, you'll see once we waive them off and we put receive on our system, they'll go ahead and start to disappear here, right? They'll go ahead and start to disappear. Now, we'll go back to the bank mobile in a little bit because I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly. So this is basically, again, where you log in and check all the requirements, right? Now, you might be one of the lucky ones who doesn't get selected for verification. However, every single student will still have to submit an authorization form, right? We select that, Kate? Mm-hmm. Okay. An authorization form is basically selecting prior year charges and current year charges, and you're basically either authorizing or not authorizing Citrus College to use any of your grant money to pay for any fees that you might still have pending. So let's say, for example, you enrolled, right? And you do realize that there's not only tuition, but there's also other fees that you have to pay, like the health fee, stuff like that, the student fee. So let's say it's like $15 that you forget to pay. If you choose authorize, Citrus College will actually grab off of your, let's say, for example, your Pell Grant, and actually pay that off so you don't have to worry about any holds later on for enrolling for the next term. If you choose a don't authorize, Citrus College can't touch any of your Pell Grant money to pay for any remaining fees. However, if you forget to pay them, you just know that you will have a hold before registering for the next term. Okay, so I always suggest just put authorize so that you don't have to worry about it, right? And then just, it's like, let's say, like I said, $15, $20, $30 that you'll have to pay. They'll grab it off of your Pell Grant, and then they'll pay any of those remaining fees. All right. So again, that's the authorization form. That's a form that everyone has to submit, whether or not you get selected for verification. All right. Go back, Katie. Okay. So once you submit all your required documentations, again, if you were selected or not selected for verification, everything gets processed, right? Now we actually want to know. Can we go back to the main website? Now we actually want to know basically what you're going to be eligible for, right? And we do have what's called federally funded programs. We also have state-funded programs. So once you submit the FAFSA application, right, or GMAC application.
Do we go back to Citrus?
Yeah. You want to go ahead and you submit your requirements, right? You complete your financial file. Now you're actually going to know exactly what it is that you may be eligible for. And not everyone's going to qualify for everything, of course, right? It just depends on what information you provide in your FAFSA. So not everyone's going to qualify for the exact same thing for the financial aid. Not everyone's going to qualify for the exact same thing. So, but it will let you know on your Wingspan account exactly, once you complete your financial file, what it is that you're going to be receiving, right? However, you still may want to know, again, what programs are available out there, especially if you're coming from like another school. So if we scroll down, okay, scroll down. So off of our main financial aid website, if you scroll down, I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly where to look out for the specifically federally funded programs. Remember, like I said on your confirmation page, it's going to tell you actually if you qualify for at least one of them, which is the Pell Grant, which is the main grant, which actually gives you the most out of any of the other grants, right? It's going to show you if you qualify for a Pell Grant, it's going to tell you a certain amount. But remember, we're always going to award you based on your enrollment status, right? So if we scroll down here, okay, so right over here. Okay. So federally funded programs, go ahead and select that real quick. So financial aid programs, these are the programs that you want to look out for to see exactly what you're going to qualify for, okay? And basically, what do they mean? So federally funded programs include the federal Pell Grant, right, which is here. Wait,
I didn't
what is a Pell Grant?
Okay, so let's go down. So I'm not going to show you that because again, I'm going to actually show you a different video, which is more important for you. So we have a federal Pell Grant, which is up to $6,195, right? Now you would get that full amount if you're a full-time student, right, for the whole year, right? Then we also have what's called a federal FSEOG, Federal Supplemental Education Opportunity Grant. Just go down a little more. Okay, this is another grant that you can qualify for. This is like a way smaller Pell Grant. This is up to like $500 per year. We also have what's called federal work study. It may not apply to you because for federal work study, you do have to be at least 6 units here, and you have to be intending to complete your program here at Citrus College. But if you are coming from another school, you maybe, I don't know, maybe you want to look this into at another school, which actually gives you the opportunity to get a job on campus or maybe off campus, to give you an opportunity to earn extra money, and it's based on a grant that they qualify for. Okay. If you scroll down, also, one of the main ones I think that you guys are definitely going to be interested in is direct loans, right? These are the ones that you guys definitely want to apply to, aside from all the other financial aid, whether it be scholarships, a Pell Grant, SEOG grant, right, Cal Grant. I'm going to go ahead and play a quick video so you guys can kind of get a little bit of understanding what that is basically.
What is a federal direct student loan? There are 2 types of federal direct student loans, subsidized and unsubsidized. These loans help cover the cost of tuition at a community college, 4-year college, or a trade, career, or technical school. Direct subsidized loans are available for students with financial need, and the amount borrowed cannot exceed your financial need. The Department of Education pays the interest on your loan while you're in school at least half-time, for the first 6 months after you leave school, and during a deferment period. Please note, federal direct subsidized loans that were disbursed on or after July 1st, 2012 and before July 1st, 2014 were not eligible for the interest rate subsidy during the 6-month grace period. Direct unsubsidized loans are available for both undergraduate and graduate students. You do not have to have financial need. You are responsible for paying the interest on the loan while you're in school and during grace, deferment, or forbearance periods. Interest is the amount you pay to borrow money. The principal is the original amount you borrow. When you take out a loan, interest charges will be added to your original loan amount, and you will owe both the interest plus the original amount of the loan. Both subsidized and unsubsidized loans go into repayment 6 months after you leave school or cease to be at least a half-time student. This 6-month period is called a grace period. Federal direct student loans do not require a credit check. To apply, complete the free application for Federal Student Aid, FAFSA. Your school will determine your eligibility and how much you can borrow each academic year. For more information, current interest rates, fees, and annual and aggregate loan limits, please visit the Federal Student Aid website.
All right. So kind of wanted to give you guys an idea there. You can, again, give you also an idea where you guys can go back in there if you want to take a look at it again, or actually view more information regarding the student loan process, the applications of that. This is where we wanted to go ahead and show you what's available on our website there. Okay. So again, it might be a little different from other schools. I know, for example, like Mount SAC, in order to apply for a student loan, I believe you guys do have to go through a workshop, right? You have to schedule a workshop. You have to go, through the workshop and apply for the loan. Here, you don't have to go through a workshop, but you do have to. Again, there's another process. Not just by submitting the FAFSA application means that you're going to qualify or apply for a loan. That is the main requirement, right? That you submit your FAFSA application. But also, you do have to submit a loan application as well. So these are examples of the different types of federally funded programs. Again, like the Pell Grant, SEOG grant, federal work study, and also the main one, student loans, which you guys are definitely interested in. These are some of the things that you guys can qualify for, again, based on the information that you put on your FAFSA and based on eligibility. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the state-funded programs. These are some of the things that you're also going to be interested in. Let's go down, okay. Or some things that you might already have qualified for. So real quick, how many of you guys might know if you guys qualify for a Cal Grant award? Okay, so good. So if you do, that's actually a really good thing, because I'm going to go ahead and show you a different grant now that's actually going to be able to give you more money based on the amount of units that you guys are going to be taking. Okay, so if you go scroll down, again, we already showed you the federally funded programs. Go back up. Okay, we already showed you the federally funded programs. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the state-funded programs. You click on that. So you might already have qualified for this, let's say, for example, like a Mount SAC or another school. So for example, one of the main ones that's actually going to pay your student fees is called the California College Promise Grant, formerly known as the BOG fee waiver. This is the grant that's actually going to pay for your tuition fees, right? If you qualify for that, normally we always request that students fill out the FAFSA applications. There's 2 different ways, actually 3 different ways to qualify for the Promise Grant, doing the paper form, doing it online, or actually doing the FAFSA application. We normally recommend that you do the FAFSA because when you do the FAFSA, you're applying for everything. So that's the fee waiver, that's the Pell Grant, Cal Grant, Federal Work Study, all the different types of grants, and also including loans as well. So again, if you haven't done so, please go in there, do the FAFSA application. So, and that's actually the very first thing that you're going to see on your Wingspan account, on your portal, if you are eligible for, is the actual the Promise Grant that's going to show there. And the Promise Grant is actually only going to waive off tuition fees, so you don't have to pay the $46 per unit if you're a California resident or a V540 student. All you're going to have to pay for is basically like the student fee, health fee, stuff like that, which is like maximum $30, $40 per semester that you have to pay for. Okay. Next one, we have Cal Grant. We have Cal Grants A, B, and C. Like I think some of you guys already mentioned, you guys already qualify for one of those. So you can't qualify for all of them. You can only qualify for one. Cal Grant A, if you qualify for that, normally it's because you came out of high school and you said you might have gone to like a four-year university. Cal Grant A, you can't use it at community college, right? You can actually place it on leave though for about maximum of 2 years. You can't use that actually for the study abroad program if you qualify for a Cal Grant A. If you qualify for Cal Grant B, that one, yes, you could use that at community college. You can use that also to help you for your study abroad program. And also Cal Grant C, which is basically for students who are not pursuing like a 4-year degree or might be pursuing like, let's say maximum a 2-year degree or just a certificate program. Okay, and then if you select again there, it's going to give you, show you the different types of Cal Grants A, B, and C. And it's also going to show you the different types of amounts. Okay, Chafee Grant is actually for students who were current or former foster youth. If you're at least, I think, it'll be 1 day in the foster care system, you may qualify for an extra $5,000 a year as part of the Chafee Grant program. We have more information regarding that. There is an application that you do have to fill out. But we can go and help you out with that here. So we do have a representative that helps with that out in our financial office, or let's say in your office, whatever other school you go into. Please make sure you inquire about that if you do fit that criteria, if you do qualify. Okay. We also have extended opportunities programs and services called EOPS, the EOPNS program. This actually is another program that you can be eligible for. I believe here at Citrus College you do have to be full-time in order to complete the program. If you are coming from another school, I'm not sure if that's going to work out because you do have to be, here obviously to receive those benefits. But if you might want to inquire regarding that program at your other institution, which actually gives you more opportunities to qualify for other resources. For example, like they have book vouchers that can help you for books, and then also mainly priority registration. Okay.
They can enroll in our EOPNS program. There's an enrollment period that opens and closes, so you have to check.
Yeah, so definitely go in there and check. Again, there's more resources, so the more resources, the better. So definitely take advantage of all these, free opportunities. Sorry?
What's the eligibility?
For the UPNS program, you do have to be a full-time student. That's the main thing. You do have to be a full-time student, and you also do have to be eligible for the California Promise Grant B, which is mainly for like the lower income students or basically no income at all. Okay, but again, you can always go in there and ask for more information regarding the eligibility criteria. Okay, again, as I mentioned earlier, for some of you guys who might already qualify for a Cal Grant Award, we do have a new program. Well, it's called Student Success Completion Grant, SSCG. Now, this grant is basically introduced for students who are taking more units, right, to try to complete their programs faster. So again, here. In order to qualify for the Student Success Completion Grant, you do have to be eligible for Cal Grant B or C, right? Already be receiving it, and be enrolled in at least 12 units, right? Now, if you qualify for Student Success Completion Grant, you have at least 12 units, you're going to get an extra $649 per semester, right? On top of your all the other grants. Now, if you are enrolled in 15 or more, you're going to get an extra $2,000, right? On top of all your other awards. Now, if you don't already have a Cal Grant Award, just know that, again, you could still qualify for this maybe for the following year. Or let's say, for example, if you transfer out, actually for the Student Success Grant, you can only qualify for this grant here at community college. You can't use that once you do transfer out to a four-year university. So it's really, really important that you try to take advantage of it. Again, it's encouraged. It was awarded for students to try to complete their programs faster and be able to transfer out. That's why it's giving you a lot more money if you're between 12 to 15 units or more. Per semester. Okay. Next. Go back to the main page. Okay, so I explained basically where to go to apply, right? I show you the link for the FAFSA application or GMAC application. I explained to you guys what it's gonna take in order if you guys, once you submit your FAFSA application, when you guys log in, again, if you were selected for verification, Katie, if we go where it says forms, I'm gonna go ahead and show you exactly where to go. Again, if let's say you log into your Wingspan account and you need to print out forms, or there's any other forms, especially for the 2019-2020 year, right, which is now, this fall, and then also spring of next year. These are all of our available forms, right, that you can actually just select their PDF version. You can go in there and just print them out, whatever forms you need. And so these forms will be, required just in case you are selected for verification, or it might be, for example, let's say you need to do an appeal application or a special circumstance. I want to focus real quick on the special circumstance form. Where's that?
It's down right there, the bottom.
So a special circumstance form, this form is designed for students who might have any recent changes in the income, right? So if you notice when you guys did your FAFSA application, you might have noticed that it required for you to input income information from 2017, right? So that's what, like 2 years ago? So now, let's say your family, your parents' income, or let's say maybe your income has changed or will change, right, unfortunately, and it's going to be a drastic change. You can actually fill out what's called a special circumstance and explain how the income is going to change, so that hopefully, if you didn't qualify for it initially, if you didn't qualify for any financial aid, you can actually qualify for it now. Again, it's all based on documentation that you're going to have to submit. You can actually print out the form, come into our financial office, and we'll go and explain to you what the process is and what type of documents or any other information you're going to need to submit in order for you to maybe qualify for what's called the special circumstance change of income petition. Okay?
Would you qualify for the regular amount you're supposed to qualify for government or would it be due to special circumstances?
I'm sorry, what's the question again? Would you qualify?
Would you qualify for like the regular amount you qualify every semester for the Pell Grants, all the Cal Grants, all the government aids, or would it reduce due to the special circumstances?
Yeah, so I mean, again, it just all depends on what you're eligible for, your eligibility for each of the different types of grants. But again, the special circumstances is designed if there had been any changes in the income, or will be any changes in the income. If there is, then you may qualify for more, right?
And then for the loans, there's increased amounts available for study abroad students because the cost of attendance increases as well.
Right. So the cost of attendance obviously is going to be a little higher, a little different. So there is the increases for the student loans that you guys can go about. Again, I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick. If we go to back to the main page. So for the loan information, I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly where to go so that you guys can actually go in there. Remember, like I said, for some institutions, for the loan process, you're going to have to actually go to like a workshop or a seminar, right? For here at Citrus College, all you need to do is actually go, if you go back, okay.
Oh, there.
If you go scroll down to a bottom of our page and click where it says loan information, it's going to take you to the direct site where it's actually going to show you where the links are for the actual loan application and just more loan information that you're going to have to see. Yeah.
Click it.
Okay, so select that, loan application there, loan information. Again, in order to qualify for a loan, you do have to submit the FAFSA application, right, mainly. You do have to be enrolled in at least 6 units for the semester, and you also have to be a good satisfactory academic progress, which means you have to have an overall 2.0 GPA and then have completed at least 67% of the units that you attempted to take, right? So again, for the 1920, if you are taking courses there, at the very bottom here, where it says loan applications for the 1920 academic year are available here. There's the Parent Plus loan application and also the Stafford loan application. Can you select the Stafford loan application? I'm going to show you real quick. Again, it's PDF. You can go ahead and just print it out. You go ahead and input all your information there. Make sure you read through all the loan information here. Check out all the boxes there. And if you scroll to the very bottom, okay, this is we're going to go ahead and see, for example, the loan amounts that you're actually able to take out. For example, like the first year, second year, it talks about the dependent undergrad students, independent undergrad, and dependent students whose parents can't get a plus loan, for example, it has a different loan amounts there. You can always, I'm going to go ahead and put, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and show you the contact information for Denise Luna, who's our representative who works with the study abroad students. You can always, if you have any questions, always send her an email, right, or give her a call, and she'll give you more information regarding like the loan process and loan information there. That if you guys might have any extra questions there, okay? So that's the actual loan application there. If you scroll down to the second part, right, second page here, it's actually going to have the link right there. Stop. The link for you to go in and take your counseling and entrance exam. Okay, it's basically what it is. You're gonna go create an account, right, for the loan. You're gonna take basically it's a quiz that you're gonna take. Print out the master promissory note, right, and then also print this out and bring it to us. And this is basically the way that you guys are gonna submit your loan application, right? So I explained basically how to apply, going on the FAFSA, submitting your FAFSA application. Verification, what that is basically you guys submitting the required documents, right, and all the forms in order to complete your financial file. I explained to you guys the different types of Pell Grants, right, the different loans, work study, all that, different federally funded programs. The state funded programs like the Cal Grant, Student Success Completion Grant, right? Now you guys want to know basically how you guys are going to get your money, right? How are you guys going to get your funds, your loan, your Pell Grant, right? All the other grants you might be eligible for. Now, if you're coming from another school, I think you guys might, Mount SAC might already have Bank Mobile, right?
Yeah.
Now, some students might ask, well, do I have to create another account? Because you guys might already create an account, right, with Bank Mobile at Mount SAC. So I believe the answer is yes, you may have to create a new account. Now, it is the same, but it's going to be a different account for Citrus College. So it doesn't pair up, right? It doesn't just send it to your Mount SAC Bank Mobile account. You actually do have to create a different Bank Mobile account here with Citrus College. So once you receive, once we receive notification that you are going to be enrolled, when we send out an enrollment file to Bank Mobile, then they will actually post the Bank Mobile requirement onto your account. Kitty, if you go log into your account again.
Mm-hmm.
So Kitty's going to go ahead and show you when she logs into her personal account, her Wingspan account, and it's going to show you the Bank Mobile requirement. So again, this is your Wingspan account. This is where actually you're going to go ahead and log in. Kind of like basically the same thing like your Bank Mount SAC account.
Should I get it?
Financial aid status. Oh, I'm sorry. Right here.
Should I go?
Bank Mobile. If you see this here, which says Bank Mobile one-time link, that's a one-time link you can actually access. It's going to take you directly to the account, and then this would you'll be able to create your Bank Mobile account. And this is you're going to select basically how you want to receive your financial aid funds. Whether you want to go ahead and create a Bank Mobile Vibe account, right? Because Bank Mobile is a bank, you can create a free checking and savings account with Bank Mobile. Or if you already have your own bank account, let's say Wells Fargo or Bank of America, you can actually choose to do direct deposit. Okay. Now the difference between that is that when we send out the funds, right, the disbursement, it might take maybe like 1 to 3 days for your bank to actually get your funds. Why? Is because the bank has to verify the information with Bank Mobile. Okay, so just know that some students think that's going to be like right away. If you have the Bank Mobile Vibe account, that is the exact same day. So let's say tomorrow will be the disbursement day. We send it out to Bank Mobile. Tomorrow will be the day that you actually get your funds. Okay, so just understand that if you already have a Bank Mobile account with, for example, Mount SAC or another institution, just know that you would have to create a new one if you are going to be receiving your funds here. Okay, so that's basically it. Can we go back to the PowerPoint?
The PowerPoint?
Mm-hmm.
Where is that at? I don't know where you had that or if it logged
Okay.
out.
Again, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and show you or give you Denise Luna's information there. If you want to go ahead and grab her information, that's her phone number, extension, and also email. So you guys can go ahead and email her all you guys' questions regarding the program. Well, not just the program, but also any financial aid questions that you guys might have. So again, when you guys log in, if you have any questions, please feel free to come into our financial aid office. We can definitely take a look at your account and see, if you have any requirements. We might be able to give you some of the forms there that you might need. Or let's say something is wrong with your application, right? Because just because you submitted it to Mount SAC and everything is fine there, it might be a different story here. It just depends on what we get from the Department of Ed and then also on your financial aid application on the system. That could, let's say something happens or something shows up that says, there's going to be a pause or a hold on your account until you submit these forms or information. Okay, so again, if you have a completed file at Mount SAC, it might be a little different story here, but you might get lucky and then everything might be okay here. So again, feel free to check on your Wingspan account or stop in our financial aid office. Again, I kind of hopefully showed you guys how to maneuver around on our financial aid website. You guys can log in through there. But definitely, again, give Denise Luna, that's her email there. Send her any of you guys' questions or any forms that you guys might need to submit or anything like that. So definitely, help you out as best as you can. Okay, you guys have any questions regarding the process? Okay, the forms, the loans. Again, if you have any questions, I'm not the best person to give information about. But again, Denise would direct you to our financial coordinator who actually handles the loan program. If you guys might have any questions regarding the loans. Okay.
So
Yes.
for the Pell Grant, does it increase for study abroad students?
The Cal Grant or Pell Grant?
Pell Grant.
The Pell Grant. Well, remember the Pell Grant. The maximum amount that you can get is about $6,195. But that's of course also depending on your enrollment. So I'm not. How many units do you guys take?
For the Pell Grant, you need 12, right?
For the Pell Grant, well, for the Pell Grant, you can actually qualify for the Pell Grant even if you're a half-time or less than half-time student, right? But remember, I mean, obviously for the study abroad program, I think you guys are going to take, it's more than half-time, I believe.
Sometimes people do for the summer program. If someone's watching this video and thinking about the summer program, you can do the half Pell for that if you enroll in 6 units, but then it doesn't get dispersed until maybe the program is over.
Mhm.
Any other questions?
I don't know if you have the answer to this question, but my question is, how much exactly does financial aid cover for study abroad? The study abroad is about $700-800, right? Like,
Yeah.
without any optional charges, like just straight up study abroad. How much does financial aid cover?
Again, it's just really going to depend. I mean, I can't tell you. I mean, in general, like I said, it just depends on the amount that you qualify for each grant. So, for example, like the Pell Grant, again, remember, like I said, maximum is $6,000. However, not everyone's going to get that full amount because it depends on the information that comes out of your FAFSA. Now, if you notice on the confirmation page that you guys might have gone on your FAFSA, on the confirmation page, it's actually going to tell you on the right-hand side how much you're eligible for the Pell based on your EFC. Your EFC is your expected family contribution. That's a magic number there. That number is going to determine your eligibility for the grants, if you are eligible for them or not, and also for how much. Mainly just for the Pell and then also for loans. For Cal Grant, maximum, if let's say for example you qualify for Cal Grant B, maximum is about 1,600 for the Cal Grant, right? And that's if you're going to be full time, but that's for the whole year, right? Let's just say for spring semester it's about $836, just for if you're full time for a Cal Grant, right? Student Success Grant, right? If you qualify for the Cal Grant Award, you're going to get an extra 649 if you have at least 12 units, right? So 649 plus the 836, that's for your Cal Grant and Student Success Grant. For the Pell Grant, I believe it's about $3,000 for the whole semester, right? If you're full time, at least 12 units for the Pell Grant. So 6,000, yeah, for the Pell Grant, but that's for the whole year, right? And so remember, we always pay you according to what your enrollment status is. So we're not going to give you, let's say for your Pell Grant for the spring semester, we're not going to give you $3,000 if you only enrolled in, let's say, 6 units, right? It's going to be half of that, right?
Okay.
So again, it just always depends. Not everyone's going to get the exact same thing because it just depends on the information that you put in on your FAFSA, right? Income, household size, taxes, stuff like that. All that's going to determine your eligibility for financial aid.
Yeah, and some people are going to be able to use, they're going to be eligible for grants and awards, but some people are going to have to rely more on subsidized or unsubsidized loans or Parent Plus loans.
Right. So the loans is normally what's going to offset basically what the financial aid is not going to cover.
Another question, sorry, I'm asking a lot.
No, don't worry. No, that's what it's for, yeah.
Okay, does the bug waiver fee, I think it's the California promise?
Yeah, right.
Yes, okay, does it cover the tuition for the student?
It does. It covers your tuition fees for your classes,
Okay.
right? So again, remember, you're not paying the $46 per unit. If you're a California resident or AB 540 student, right, you're not paying the $46 per unit. You're only going to pay for the smaller fees like the student fee, the class fee, right, health fee, stuff like that. That's what I think the fee waiver doesn't cover, but that's what you do have to pay out of pocket. Okay.
So I just want to talk about the study abroad and financial aid things right now real quick. So this is I hope you've done this already, but this is for people watching the video. So for our programs, AIFS will allow you to pay a deposit instead of everything before you depart, right? And then when you get your financial aid, you're going to be abroad already, and you have to transfer your financial aid to AIFS. And the way we have that relationship, it's established through these forms, this financial aid form. And you can read through this. This is kind of what Guillermo's been talking about right here. But basically, you complete this form, and you return it to financialaid@citruscollege.edu. Now we have this date for December 1st for the spring program, but I believe we're still accepting financial aid applications.
You definitely want to go ahead and contact Denise Luna, send her an email, and then ask her regarding the application. She'll definitely get back to you as soon as possible. She's really good at getting back to you guys.
Yeah.
The students will as fast as possible.
So if you haven't done this, do it as soon as possible. So you basically turn this into her, and there's one other. Then you'll see the changes reflected on the Wingspan account, which we talked about. And that's it for our side. But you do need to log into your AIFS portal, and there's a document there. There's a financial aid document, and I'll show you that right now.
And the good thing here, guys, at Citrus College for the study abroad program is that, again, with Denise Luna, she's our representative who works with the study abroad students. Compared to other schools, we're way smaller schools, so we do have that flexibility, again, to kind of expedite some things. So if you guys need to submit something real quick, again, make sure you guys contact Denise Luna, send her the email, give her a call, because again, we're not so packed like maybe like some other schools that we actually have that flexibility, process your guys, maybe your guys' file within a day. Right, so again, it doesn't mean that there's a different story when it comes to disbursement and stuff like that. That doesn't, within 24 hours. But when we're talking about like paperwork and stuff like that, that can get through, hopefully pretty quick.
I have a question real quick. So for the study abroad, you're offering, I don't know if you have the answer for this, but you're offering a set of classes, and I'm going to take I think 4 classes from the program, but requiring one more class for me to be able to transfer to the university of my choice. But I'm going to have to take it. It's not in the list of the classes offered for study abroad, but the college offers that class. So will that affect my financial aid anyhow?
It actually might help your financial aid if that is part of your program, right, to transfer out. It might actually help you because you're adding extra units, right? So let's say, for example, you're 10 units, right, with the study abroad program and stuff like that, but you need those extra 3 units. So that's obviously going to help you, instead of 3/4 time, you'll be a full-time status now. Right, so instead of us paying you 3/4 status, we will pay you a full-time status.
And just for the video's sake, the question was, are you talking about taking units at Mount SAC or
No, not at Mount SAC.
Okay.
Here.
Oh yeah. So that's
Yeah,
the study abroad and online courses are all Citrus courses. So 12 units is full time, regardless if they're study abroad units or not.
So sometimes it could help. Remember, like I said, in that case, let's say you're only 3/4 time, and then you add another, let's say, an extra class. To makes you full time, then that would pay you as a full time. So it will give you more money basically.
So
for your financial aid.
Let me just get through this form real quick here. So again, if you're doing a fall or spring program, you need to complete this form and return it to Patty here, and that's her email address. Whoops. So, whoa, don't save. So read this, and you'll have to complete this section here, and you'll see this amount. And that's awards and loans together. And hopefully you can turn in your financial aid and see Wingspan and see how much you're offered. But if it's coming down to the wire, I think it's okay to make an estimate if you have a good idea of how much you're going to be using. And yeah, this is basic. Fill out that stuff there.
And then please also, right now that John's talking about what be awarded, just understand that it could be different because, like I said, if the confirmation page in the FAFSA says you're eligible for up to $6,000, right, for a Pell Grant, that could be a different story because that's not exactly what you're going to receive. Because let's say, for example, you're only here in the spring, you're not going to get the full $6,000 off your Pell because that would be considered for the whole year under full-time status, right? So just kind of understand if you have trouble with that, or you have any other grants that you want to, check if you're really going to get those amounts. Come into a financial office or get contacted Denise Luna, and she'll be able to tell you exactly how much you guys would be receiving. Right, because again, it might tell you you're awarded a certain amount, but that's exactly what you're going to get.
And this document, this page here is for the Parent Plus loan. So if you're not using a Plus loan, don't worry about this. You don't have to return it, but you do need to return this form here. So print it out, scan it, and return it to pcardenas@aifs.com. Any questions about study abroad and financial aid and how it all works together? Yes.
Okay, another question.
Sure.
I qualified for the Pell Grant C, and it's still in process with Mount SAC, that's where I'm attending. So it's usually it's just they tell you how much you qualify, and they divide it in half, give you one each semester. So what's gonna happen for the spring semester? Because I wouldn't be at Mount SAC. Would I get it or not? Or is it gonna come to Citrus College, or I qualify for something else at Citrus College?
I'm going to repeat that question for the video. So we have a Mount SAC student asking if he's going to get the Cal Grant C at Citrus, the same amount that he receives currently at Mount SAC.
Yes.
Okay, so for the Cal Grant C or even in the Cal Grant B, you're gonna receive it basically at the institution that you're gonna complete your program at, right? Because we do have students, for example, that are coming from Mount SAC that maybe just take like 1 or 2 classes here, but you want to go ahead and receive it at the school where you're taking the most units, right? So if you're only gonna be here in the spring, you would, again, we do have to have your FAFSA on file, and if you're gonna complete your program here, you could receive it here at Citrus College. Again, but you do have to submit the required documents, FAFSA, the rest of the information in order to receive your Cal Grant C. Okay. And then also please make sure that you let Mount SAC know, because sometimes the other institution might put that on hold, right? And we wouldn't be able to award you because on the system it will show on the state side, it will show that you're already receiving it somewhere else. That you might have already been awarded at Mount SAC, let's say for example this fall. And so sometimes we may not be able to pay students because it's showing that you might have already been awarded somewhere else. Yeah, so you would have to let your other institution know, hey, you know what? Can you report that I'm going to be receiving my award somewhere else? Not here at Mount SAC, let's say, for example.
Okay.
And that goes to on all the other grants, not just the Cal Grant as well.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you very much. We'll upload this and I'll send it to you if you filled out the interest form. Stick around if you want to come to the fundraising scholarship workshop at noon. It's not in PS 105, it's in 106. Sorry about that. Big hand for Caitlin and Guillermo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for taking the time to do that. Excellent job. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody.